Ethnically and linguistically closer to the Finns than Russians, Estonia gained their independence from the Soviet Union in 1991, just before the Soviet Union itself dissolved. The Russian army left in 1994. Naturally, one would assume that a large number of Soviet-era AK rifles would be left behind. That was not the case. Only a small number were left behind in the hands of police and prison guards. Reformed in 1991, the fledgling Estonian Defense Forces first acquired Chinese AK rifles to fill their equipment needs. Being a small army without much money, the Estonians could only acquire lower-cost rifles via civilian arms brokers. These Chinese AKs trudged along in small numbers until the remnants were sent overseas in the 2010s as aid. In 1995, the Estonians finally picked their Standard A rifle, the Israeli Galil weapons family. Wishing to keep their collective AK muscle memory, but in NATO calibers, with an eye to eventual membership, the Galil AR was the primary rifle, with SARS, arms, and Galil snipers in 7.62 NATO being purchased as well. Eventually, the Galil would outfit half the Estonian land forces. The other half would use Swedish-made G3s, which were donated in the early 2000s. Starting in 2008, many of the rifles were upgraded with Brugger and Tomet rails and other modern bits. In 2020, Estonia started to receive their new rifle, which is an American-made M16 variant made by Lewis Tool and Machine. Called the R20 Rahi, between 11,000 and 18,000 rifles will be purchased to replace all Galils and G3s in frontline service. Now please consider subscribing or I will replace your AK collection with a M16 piston rifle while you sleep. Also check out my book series at www.ak47catalog.com.